when you really stop and think about it, like there's just so many things that I wanted to quit, so many things that I've given up on, and that's my message for today. It's just like, don't quit, just keep going, bro. Forget that, bro. Freak that. Just keep going. I mean, why not? It's like when I started playing guitar, it's like I just quit. I quit after like 3 days. Like I was gonna learn how to play guitar in 3 days or something, bro. Like I just gave up because it was hard. I couldn't figure out. I heard this song. I can't even remember. I think it's called Coming Home. It was by a band called Slingshot Dakota, and I just loved the way that guitar sound. I still do, and I still never learned how to play that guitar, but that song, but I should. And I went home and I tried to play it. I don't even think I had the guitar tuned. I just pulled it out the box and was trying to figure out how to play this instrument. I didn't even know you had to tune it. It came with a tuner. It was one of those guitars that had like the whole thing, and it's just like, I was like, yeah, I'm good on this, you know, like I'm good on that. And I returned the guitar. And the guy was like, yeah, giving up already, huh? Like, he's like, giving up already. I was like, yeah, I'm good on that. And then I went on to buy a piano, but still, it's like, and I still have that keyboard, that piano. I love that thing, actually. And then I went on a couple years later to actually pick up the guitar again, but I never stopped thinking like, man, what if I would have just stuck with the guitar, you know? Like piano, I don't really even play that as much anymore. It's just not, it's a beautiful instrument, but it's not like as accessible. Like it's not as transportable as a guitar. Like I can just take a guitar anywhere. I can fly with it. I can just go. Millions of people play it. There's plenty of tutorials and tips and tricks, and it's easy to pick up and play. The keyboard, I gotta be at home, I gotta turn it on, you know, and when it's warm out, I can just bring the guitar here, leave it in the car and play on my lunch break. And it's just like, it's just such a beautiful instrument to be able to have. And it's just like, there was 3 years, I think about, probably, I started playing when I was 20, I don't even know. I bought it when I was 21, then I waited till I was like 23. So there's 2 or 3 years in between when I started playing and stopped and gave up, and then I picked it back up again. And it's just like, I would have been so much further along if I had just kept playing. And it's like, same thing with this YouTube channel, you know, like, I guess the reason I'm making this video is because some videos popped up on my timeline about like YouTube, and it's just like, oh, just keep posting. It's like, you know, even though nobody's watching, just keep posting. Like the algorithm's figuring it out. It's like, don't give up. It's like, it's normal. This is how the process works. And it's like, it is difficult, I'm not gonna lie, just making these videos. And it's like, I know nobody's really watching them. It's just like, not as many people as I would like to be reaching right now, but that's part of the journey. And it's like, I've hit this wall before where it's just like, nobody's watching. Like I'm spending all this time creating this video and nobody's watching it. And it's just like, I'm doing so much more than just creating a video that nobody's watching right now, because right now it's not being blasted out to 100,000 people like some of the other videos and channels that I watch and that I love. And it's just like, I'm doing so much more, you know. I'm preparing myself for the day that when those views do come in, and it's just like, I'm strengthening myself, and I'm learning so much about the editing process and speaking to a camera and my presence in front of the camera, and I'm just developing. And it's just like the same thing when I was learning how to play guitar and learning to perform. Like for years, I just played in my bedroom, and it's like, I didn't need an audience because I loved what I was doing. I loved the songs I was making. And it's still the same thing. When I create a song, you know, I'll go to the studio, I'll record a song, and I'll spend all this money on a professional recording and hiring musicians. And then it's like, I post it to Spotify or wherever I end up posting it. And it's just like, I'll get like 100 streams or something tiny like that. Or I'll film a music video and I spend all this money, and then I'll get just like, not a lot of people watching. It's just like, I learned so much about filming videos by hiring videographers. I learned so much about presence of a camera and things, because I would be on the set asking people who are doing this for a living. And I learned so much about recording projects in my home just by going to the studio. So it's just like, that time, it feels wasted, it feels pointless, but it's just like, everything is preparing you for the next level that you're about to reach, and it's all part of the process. It's like, The more you speak to professionals like that are doing something or who have been doing something for a long time, they all have the same exact story. It's different between each person, but in general, en general, cada historia es la mismo. Every story is the same. It's like, oh yeah, I just did it for years, and then one day, you know, somebody heard it, and then this happened, and then that happened, and it's just like, you gotta grind for years and years and years to become an overnight success. It just looks a certain way when you're looking at somebody else's journey. You know, it just looks a certain way. You don't see the hours, the thousands and thousands of hours that they put into doing this. Like, nobody knows how many videos I've created for YouTube that I've spent hours editing that will never see the light of day, just because I was just making something. You know, it's just like, nobody sees that. Nobody sees how many times I bring the camera to a gig and I film it, and then I never post it, never post anything, and everybody's like, yo man, you were doing all this film, you was filming that, you filmed, where's the video? It's just like, you know, I got back to my computer and I didn't like it, so I never posted it. But in reality, I should have posted it. And it's just like, so many times I've had this channel, my channel, for years, probably more than 10, 12, probably 15 years, more than that. Like, I created this channel and I just never took it seriously until now. Like, I'm not sure exactly what got the fire under me, but it's like, I'm traveling, I'm experiencing, I'm seeing so many different things that I just want to share it with you guys. And it's just like, now I'm at the point where I don't care. Like, I love making these videos. Like, a long edit, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to post it. I hope you watch it. I hope YouTube likes it and shares it with people. But in the end, that doesn't even matter. It's just like, playing music doesn't even matter. It's like, I'm going to play music whether there's 2 people in the room or there's 100,000 people in the room. And it's just like, it has nothing to do, I mean, of course it has everything to do with the people listening, because that's the reason why we do this. You know, that feeling that you get after the song is over, that applause, and just knowing that someone received it, it's the best feeling in the world for me. That applause, the way it sounds, it's the best sound in the world, and I love it every time. It never gets old. So what I'm trying to say is, like, don't give up. It's just like, you just got to keep going. You got to grind through that phase. And it's like, sometimes these bar gigs, they get redundant, but from each one, I learned something more deeper about the process of performing, about the guitar, about the way the guitar feels when it's cold out versus when it's warm out, the way that I perform when I'm energized, how many songs it's going to take me to get into a rhythm. It's just like, all these things that you're learning during the slow process, when nobody's listening, when it seems like nobody's paying attention, when you're not being, when it seems like you're not being rewarded for the hard work and effort that you're putting in. It's preparing you for the moment when you actually bust through that wall. It's just like, all you got to do is just keep doing what you're doing. And like, people would tell me that for years. And I hated hearing it. I hated hearing it, because it's like, bro, you don't understand. But they see something in you that you can't realize from inside yourself. Like, they can see it from a different perspective. And sometimes that's all it takes. They say, just keep doing what you're doing, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. Because somewhere inside that person, even though that's a statement that everyone uses, they understand the process. I remember this one time I was at a gig. This is probably like 6-7 years ago now. I was playing at this place called Blue Mountain Resort. They stopped booking me for some reason, whatever. But I used to go crush that show. People were skiing, nobody's listening. But there was this couple there. They were smiling and laughing and cheering after every song, just 2 people. And they stayed for my whole entire set. And it's like, at the end of the show, the guy was like, yo, can we take a picture with you, man? You were amazing, you know, just gassing me up and all this stuff. And him and his wife was beautiful. And oh my gosh. And she was just like all up on it. I was like, yo, bro, you sure this is your wife? And it was a great night, because, you know, I'm sitting there hating this gig in the moment. Maybe that's why they stopped booking me, because that was the energy I was putting out. It's just like, I'm just here playing, everybody's skiing and not giving a damn about the music. But here, these people were listening to every song and loving every song. And then he goes, at the end, after they took their little pictures with me and whatnot, he was like, yo, bro, you're going to make it. I already know you're going to make it. He was like, just never stop doing what you're doing. I was like, yeah. I was like, well, I don't know how that's going to happen. He's like, don't worry about that. Like, he got real aggressive. He's like, don't worry about that. That's how the process works. Like, I could tell he was somebody who had been through the process in whatever form, and he understood the motivational aspect of it. And it's the more and more longer I stay on the grind of this process, and YouTube is teaching me it too, the more that I stay on the grind of this process, it's just like I'm starting to understand why they say keep doing what you're doing. It's just like you're creating a version of yourself that's becoming unstoppable, that's becoming all-knowing, who's becoming experienced, and you are elevating yourself to the level that you're trying to reach. Nobody's going to come bring you there. You're going to be able to reach that level because you're going to have the awareness, the knowledge, the skills, and the developed ability to get there on your own. And that's what he was telling me. He was like, don't worry about the process. That's how it works. And he was like, the way he said it was so aggressive. Like, he took all that joy out of it and got into like this aggressive mode real quick. And I was just like, okay. And then he's like, it's going to be all right, bro. He's like, you're extremely talented. As long as you don't stop, you're going to get there. I know you want to get there. And it was just like, okay. I didn't even get bro's name. He put a 20 in my pocket, and his wife just smiled and winked at me as they walked off and told me that was a beautiful night, and it was just amazing. Keeping an eye on the time here, I got to get back inside, but I just want to give you one more quick one. Even at this job, Titan Corp, I started working here at the start of the pandemia. Hopefully the algorithm doesn't know what that means, but they probably do. I thought I'd only be here for 2 weeks till they flatten the curve, because I was doing other stuff. I was just busy doing other stuff. And then I found out that, the curve wasn't flattening, and I kept working here, and then slowly shows and stuff started coming back. So I was running out of the time, the unpaid time that they gave you, the allotment to time. And it's just like, every time I thought that I was going to get fired and I was just about to not show up or something, I just decided to come in, and they would change a policy so that I would have more time and I wouldn't run out of time, and I would just be able to keep working, or we would get another grand a time, or all these little things kept happening because I kept showing up. But there were so many times when I almost quit. I didn't want to show up, but I'm dragging this on a little bit, but the point is like, I just kept coming in. I never stopped. I never stopped showing up. And that was the secret to my success with this job. Now I'm in a rhythm, and I understand the system, and I'm making it work for me. And it's like, I realize how flexible this job is here at Titan Corp. And it's really an asset to my life to be employed here. It's one of the greatest companies in the world that you can work for. We all hate our jobs, but this is the only job that I would ever want to be a slave to. I know I've said that before, but I hope you can really understand what I mean when I say that I'm really grateful to have this job, and that honestly, I love working here because it allows me to access deeper parts of my mind throughout my day by just requiring my body and not my mind. My mind is being used for other things while I'm working. My final message to you is thank you so much for watching this video. Whatever you're going through in your life, tie a knot in that bitch and just hang on. Don't give up. Nunca te rendas. Nunca. Never quit. Just keep going. My name is Pentley Holmes. I'm the singer-songwriter in pursuit of a wild dream. Thank you again for watching this video. If you want to learn more about me, just check me out on my website. It's pentleyholmes.com. If you want to get in contact with me for any reason in todo mundo, in this whole world, just slide in my DMs on Instagram or hit that email button under my tagline, in pursuit of a wild dream.